So Marie, there are a lot of people who are embroiled in ongoing fighting in relationships, sometimes for years.
Years.
Yeah. So what kind of thoughts do you have about that?
Oh, that's complicated. I think the fact that someone's writing about it and asking our help says that they're tired of it too, because there are people who kind of, that's the way they're intimate. And the fighting is not really a problem in those kinds of relationships. You must know relationships where people bicker, but they love each other a lot.
Sure, right.
Or fighting is the vocabulary of the family, and as long as it isn't very hurtful or abusive or demeaning, but it's sort of like, take out the garbage. I'll take out the garbage when I feel like taking out the garbage. You know, it's one of those. So sometimes it's the vocabulary of the family, but when they're writing saying, what do I do? Then there's something else going on, and there's pain. There's pain. And the first thing I would say to people is drop your end of the fight.
Yes, right.
You can't
Don't feel provoked.
Right. Well, you can't make someone stop being who they are. But I can change me.
Right.
I can't control you. I can control me. So one thing I suggest when people ask for my opinion, sometimes they actually do, when people ask my opinion is to say, you know that old game of tug of war? One way to win is to just drop your end, you know?
Right.
And then to see what happens.
Right.
Now, sometimes what that means is the other person escalates, like, why aren't you fighting with me?
Yes.
You're supposed to, you've given up your line.
Right.
And to say, I don't want to do this anymore.
Right.
Is there something else we can do? And let's talk about, this is too painful. Let's find another way to be.
Yeah.
That then probably takes some intervention, because people who've based their communication and their relationship in fighting usually don't have other ways to be with each other. So that's when maybe they come see the likes of us.
Yeah, and I think too, sometimes, not always, but sometimes there are other conditions around. So if a couple comes in, they talk about fighting all the time. Many couples, the fighting happens when they're drinking.
Of course.
So sometimes it really is just antagonistic stuff, but other times there are preconditions that really set it up so that the bickering is taking place under those conditions. So, that's another thing to ask yourself too. Is this fighting that is happening with the kind of chronicity that, it's going on for a long while? Or is this something that is being fueled by something else? Maybe the alcohol.